Hey y'all, and welcome back to Katie on the Flip Side. I'm here today with a video that has been much requested since I've been losing weight. A bunch of you guys have asked to see a video on what I eat in a day. So, I'm gonna show you. Let me just start out by saying that I am not an expert in nutrition, and I have actually only been using this way of eating since November 1st of this past year, so almost 4 months. And in that time, I've lost 24 pounds, which actually has stayed the same for about the past 2 to 3 weeks, and I haven't continued losing because I got a little bit off track due to having the flu, having a staph infection in my face, which required me to take some antibiotics that just totally messed my stomach up and caused all kinds of problems. But with that being said, I'm gonna share with you guys what worked for me. The principles that I have based my change of eating on are from reading Kelly LeVeque's book, Body Love. It's an amazing book. I can't recommend it enough. It not only gives you the reasons why your body responds to certain foods in certain ways, but it also just helps you understand and make a plan and gives you basically a livable, doable, everyday eating style. My main reasons for changing my way of eating were, first of all, not just because I needed to lose weight, because I did, but also because I was just feeling sluggish. I was feeling tired all the time. Of course, there were some stressful things going on in our lives at the time, but I was just feeling more anxiety, more depression, more general, just overall blah. I would try to cut calories and I would try to cut carbs or cut this and that and the other here and there, and I was just always hungry. And I kept saying to myself, if I could just figure out how to eat a meal and not be hungry an hour and a half later, I could probably lose weight easier. And that's exactly what Kelly's book talks about. It talks about eating to feed your body, not your cravings, not your emotions. And after several days of changing my way of eating, I miraculously was not overwhelmed with cravings for sweets, with thoughts about food and what I was gonna eat next, with just wanting to eat all the junk food. I had heard from the book that that would happen, and I honestly didn't believe it. I was like, well, that worked for those people, but it's not gonna work for me. It did. Her basic principles are making sure that every meal has the Fab 4 ingredients in it. So protein, fat, fiber, and greens. So you will see throughout my meals that I basically try to kind of stick to that. I don't perfectly measure my food. I don't weigh my food. I don't like measure out quantities and make sure serving sizes are exactly right. If I'm making sure that I get a protein, a fat, a fiber, and some greens in my meal, I count it as a win. I can't tell you how much better I feel when I am following this way of eating. As I said, the past couple weeks, I have been eating a little bit more carbs and a little bit more sugar and not focusing on making sure I have fiber, fat, protein, and greens in every meal, and it has totally affected me. It's one of those things that I could tell how much better I was feeling when I was eating that way by how much worse I was feeling when I wasn't eating that way. So I'm excited to get back on track and share with you guys what I'm eating, what I'm drinking throughout the day. The first thing that I even put into my body when I wake up is water. I've heard so many things about the benefits of drinking a big glass of water when you wake up, even before you drink your coffee, and I will tell you that it definitely wakes up my body and gives me some energy that I didn't know water could do. I use these Contigo Auto Seal 24-ounce water bottles, and I try to refill them about 4 times a day. I try to make sure I refill this at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. So that makes a total of about 96 ounces of water in a day. I actually have a reminder set on my phone to go off at each of those points in the day so that it kind of helps keep me on track if I'm not drinking enough water, because water is so powerful. I didn't even realize it. After I have chugged my water, I do like to have some caffeine. And my caffeine of choice comes from these little Mio Energy water flavor squirty things. It has caffeine and B vitamins in it. I mix my Mio and water with one of these greens powder packets. They are from It Works and contain all kinds of amazing, helpful things. I feel like they do help with my mood and energy throughout the day. Once I finish that, it is time for breakfast, and I've talked before about my protein shake or green smoothie that I have in the morning. And if you haven't seen that video, you can go watch it right here to see exactly how I make it, but it's basically a protein powder. I put almond butter in mine, spinach, chia or flax seeds, and some ice. And that gives me all all the Fab 4 ingredients. In Kelly LeVeque's book, she actually has recipes for other different types of smoothies if you like different flavors. And surprisingly, I feel like it does keep me full and it reduces those sugar cravings because my body is being fed with the things it needs from those categories. Most days, I don't have any problem staying full until lunch, but today I actually have a meeting I have to be at right at lunchtime. I'm not quite hungry for a full lunch yet, so I'm gonna grab me just a little bridge snack, is what Kelly LeVeque calls it, to get me through until then. Usually for a snack, I will have a boiled egg or a handful of almonds or even like a beef jerky stick. All of these things would have sounded really nasty to me as a snack like 5 months ago, but when your body is getting the things it needs, it craves the things it needs. And so those things actually are good to me now and I enjoy them as a snack. So today it was around 1 o'clock when I started putting my salad together and getting lunch ready. Generally a salad is what I have for lunch every day. Again, not something I ever thought I would be saying because I didn't think I would just love a salad every single day, but I do. I love mixing it up and making them a little bit different. What I'm making today is pretty basic and often what I have. I try to get some different colorful lettuces because it makes it pretty and fun, but any lettuce really will do. I throw some kale in there, sometimes spinach, different dark leafy greens, and I always add some nuts or seeds. Today I'm adding some walnuts and some sunflower seeds, and then I add my protein. Usually it's chicken, almost always it's chicken. Because I am super duper not great at preparing ahead for things, I love using these Applegate Naturals pre-cooked grilled chicken breast strips, regular flavor, or they also have a fajita flavor, so that's good to mix it up too. When I don't do chicken, I've done salmon, or even if we've had like leftover hamburgers, I'll like cut up the ground beef and put it in there. I'm telling you guys, it's just kind of whatever is in the fridge. If we have leftover meat, hallelujah. If not, it's pre-cooked something. Sometimes I'll sprinkle some cheese on top if I'm wanting some flavor variety. Sometimes I'll add in a boiled egg. It's really just whatever I'm in the mood for. It is possible to have a salad with grilled chicken on it every day and still mix it up so that it's not always the same. The dressing that I'm using today is a jalapeno ranch dressing, and I like to mix it in with a regular ranch because I don't want it to be super spicy, even though the dressing isn't really spicy. Sometimes I have like an avocado lime dressing, Italian dressing. There are endless varieties of dressings that you can top it with. And that is my lunch. And I would not think that that would keep me full, but because it has everything it needs in it to feed your body, I do stay full until dinner time. Okay, so lunch was great and it did keep me full for a good while. I made it until about 5 o'clock. For whatever reason, today I was just hungry. I was getting a little tired. So I had some Mio in my water, a little energy thing, get a little caffeine boost, and I had 2 peanut butter crackers. I was leaving gymnastics with Gaines in the car. I knew it was gonna be a while till dinner. Honestly, if I'd have known it was gonna be a regular night and I was gonna come home and eat dinner in like an hour, then I probably wouldn't have had a snack. But I knew that I wanted to film this dinner. Generally, I will make dinner whether the kids eat what we're eating or not. We will try to all eat together for the most part. We're getting better about doing that. But I knew tonight I wanted to film making the dinner, and I knew I couldn't do that and pay attention to the kids and not lose my mind. So I decided to wait until after they went to bed to make dinner. It is now 8 o'clock and I just got done making my dinner. This is actually a pretty basic meal, and I told myself I was gonna try to make something like a little more enticing or exciting, and I didn't. So I'll just have to make some videos in the future on other things that I might make for dinner that are more comfort food like, because I definitely have some that I've been eating. But this is something that I make on nights when it's just a very simple, quick, easy night. I love the zucchini noodles because I'm kind of a noodle addict, and in the past I would literally be happy just to eat noodles for dinner, and I guess that's where my kids get it from. But zoodles are great. I don't have a zoodler, so I buy them like pre-zoodled, if that's even a word. And on the package of the type that I buy, there's a little recipe, and basically it's kind of what I did for these tonight. I added some avocado oil and sauteed garlic and onions in that. Added some kale, sauteed it all together, let it wilt a little bit, and then threw in the zoodles. As they saute, they do put off a lot of liquid, so I don't put a lot of oil or anything in there beforehand. And then at the end, I added some Parmesan cheese on top. And because the kids had Alfredo noodles for dinner, I really was wanting some Alfredo sauce, so I added a little Alfredo sauce on top of there. The chicken that I cooked was pre-marinated from Whole Foods, so it was like some lemon flavored chicken, and it was decent, it's pretty good. If I'm cooking my own chicken, I'll usually just do some spices that I like and different flavorings, but nothing fancy. Cullen sometimes grills chicken on the grill. Sometimes I bake some chicken in the oven. It's not always chicken. Salmon is a great thing to have. I don't love fish, unfortunately, and fish is kind of good for you, but oh well. Last night I actually just had a frozen burger patty and cooked that and then put it over a salad, and it was like a cheeseburger, sort of. So it's not always fancy, and I keep on hand in the freezer frozen chicken, frozen burger patties. I have turkey burgers, I have ground beef burgers, we've got frozen salmon, we have frozen shrimp and different things like that, so that if I don't get a chance to go out and buy fresh meat, I will have something in there that I can add a protein to my meal. Because I love noodles so much, I've tried to find lots of noodle replacements. Spaghetti squash really is not that bad. It's super easy to cook. I used to think that I needed to have like a carb to fill me up. Well, this had no carbs. I mean, basically no starchy carbs, and it filled me up so much. I did not even finish all of my chicken, and I'm about to eat some blueberries. I really like something sweet. Something I've been struggling with lately is wanting to eat all the candy when I come down from putting the kids to bed. I usually will let myself have a Reese's cup because it has protein in it, because it's peanut butter. I know that's a dumb reasoning, and the protein isn't like good protein, but whatever. I like Reese's cups, and that's really the reason. I do limit myself, and I allow myself to just have one, but I'm trying to get better about just having, if I want something sweet, just having a few pieces of fruit. I also have this gum. This is black cherry flavor, but it started with the grape. The grape is really good. It's sugar-free gum, and it is really sweet. So if I'm craving something sweet, I will grab a piece of this gum, and obviously it's gum, so it lasts for longer than just eating like a Skittle or something. And it will a lot of times help me curb my craving for sugar. Grab a piece of gum and then go in the kitchen, go do something to take my mind off of wanting to eat everything. There's really so much I've learned since changing the way I'm eating, and I know there are definitely things that I could do better or different ways that things probably should be as far as health goes. But right now, the way I'm eating is a lot better than the way I was eating before, which was basically just anything I wanted whenever I wanted it. Processed foods, sugars, carbs. As far as carbs go right now, I'm not like counting carbs specifically. I do try to limit them. So if I'm looking at something, trying to decide this over that, I will pick the lower carb option, because after listening to Kelly LeVeque's book, it kind of explains how the carbs are processed by your body as sugar, and your blood sugar does this emotional roller coaster. Not emotional, but yeah, actually emotional. It does this roller coaster thing, and it's just not good for you. So knowing how much better I feel when I don't put as much sugar into my body, and I don't just mean like refined sugar, I mean like carbs as sugar, really is motivating to make me want to not eat them. I love food, it makes me happy, and I think that's one of my problems, but learning how much eating differently and eating better, eating healthier has been super motivating to change my habits based on knowing I'll feel better, not just because I want to lose weight or because somebody says I should. So as with everything with any life change, you have to really know your why and be committed to that why and know that it's something that's important to you. If y'all have any questions or want to see any other recipes or anything like that, leave me some comments below. Let me know what your favorite healthier style meals are, or if you have tried to change your eating habits, what are you doing to change your eating habits? Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you Sunday night on this channel right here and on my Instagram, KatiePie07, for a live stream around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time Sunday night. Bye guys. I wasn't kidding. I'm really about to eat this Reese's stuff right here.